Welcome to Smashville. This is PK Subban.
I'm Dan Hamhuis.
This is Craig Smith.
This is Mike Fisher.
But you need to dig in right now, every guy.
Everybody loves their soldiers until they come home and stop fighting.
Enough is enough.
They need me to bleed, and I'll bleed for my team.
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
This is Ryan Johansson. Welcome to Smashville.
This is Philip Forsberg.
I'm Victor Arvidsson.
I'm Ryan Ellis.
I'm Matthias Ekholm.
I'm Beckerin, and you're listening to the Renegades of Puck with Crazy Charlie.
Crazy Charlie puts words in my mouth. You can't trust that guy.
If you can't get some fire, some passion, some energy, and figure out how in the hell to talk about this magnificent sport of hockey that has taken over the city of Nashville, then why are you on the radio? You don't deserve it, and you should do the honorable thing and turn your mic in. You're making a damn fool of yourself.
This is my declaration. I'm coming after every single one of you. The lazy, the tired, the boring voices out there. Your time is up. I'm Crazy Charlie Saunier.
I'm Pete Weber of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Eustace of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck with
Crazy Charlie.
Find a way, boys. No more half-stepping.
Now, here's your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier.
Welcome to the bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. Before we get started with the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, first let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you'll learn everything you need to know about the show. And once you're good and educated about the show, that's when you click on that merchandise tab. Going to take you straight to our classic logo tee and all the gimmicks you've come to know and love and expect from the Renegades of Puck. Whether that's socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets, it makes no difference to the Renegades of Puck. The easiest way to say it is that we've sold out so that you can buy in. It's t-shirt season. Pick up some new merch, Renegades. Come on, help me out. Social media, another place you can help the show. This unaffiliated and independent operation known as the Renegades of Puck has a couple of ways you can jump in the trenches. You can find us on Instagram, Threads, and also Facebook. That's our primary social media experience at this moment in show history. So if you can help us out, please. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it also doesn't take you but a second on social media. YouTube, that is the most important place right now. We sure appreciate all of our recent subscribers, and thank you to our brand new viewers. Thick taps, love, and respect each and every one of you. All of our content can be found on YouTube at this moment in the show's history, so we appreciate following along on the channel. Hit the subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and please watch the videos over and over and over again. It would help me out quite a bit, actually, if you would just go ahead and run them on a loop. Watch the whole playlist. We have enough content. You'll enjoy it. Trust me. You can also support the show financially by going to Venmo and scanning the QR code that's on the tip jar on the desk here or over there or wherever. Just search Renegades of Puck in Venmo if you'd like to make a donation. Every single one of those dollars goes to helping us build our brand new set and helps us towards advancing the operation and the mission towards our goals of 2025. So stick taps, love, and respect to every one of you who has made a contribution throughout the season. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. We operate thanks to donations and generous renegades just like you watching right now. Now, I know it's time for the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. It's time for Operation number 971. That's right. It's time for show number 971. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division after 59 games skated. They have a record of 21-31-7. 49 points has them lost in the darkness all alone there. 6-19-4 is their record on the road, and Madison Square Garden will be the location of that next road game. 153 on the goals for column, 196 on the goals against category. That is a minus 43 goal differential. Now, the Central Division updated standings at this moment in time. The Winnipeg Jets are in first place with 87 points. The Dallas Stars find themselves in second place with 78 points, and the Minnesota Wild at 72. The Minnesota Wild recently acquiring Gus Nyquist from the Nashville Predators for a second-round draft pick to try to help them with their playoff pursuits, as the Colorado Avalanche have jumped up and tied them with 72 points in the standings, but due to games played, the Wild still have the tiebreaker. The Utah Hockey Club are at 63 points. We'll find the St. Louis Blues in sixth place at 62 points. Then the Predators and no man's land at 49 in Chicago, bringing up the bottom at 41 points, 8th in the Central Division. The Preds week ahead. The road trip continues after Madison Square Garden, which is the hinge game of the road trip. The third game of the trip will be in Boston on Tuesday night. That is, if they are finished fighting it out with the Pittsburgh Penguins by then. Thursday versus Seattle back home at Bridgestone Arena. Who will be on the Nashville Predators roster by that moment in the season? Saturday versus the Chicago Blackhawks on the 11th of March. Predators off to the west coast of San Jose, and on the 14th of March, they'll be in Anaheim. The season series between the New York Rangers and the Nashville Predators. This is game 2 of a 2-game series. Game 1 took place back on December the 17th when the Predators scored a 2-0 victory over the New York Rangers at Bridgestone Arena. UC Saros 25 saves to get the shutout victory. Willsby and Marchessault scoring the goals for the Predators. Shesterkin took the loss, going 30 out of 32. Now, these New York Rangers still have a lot to play for, fighting it out for a wild card playoff spot at a record of 29, 26, and 4. Those 62 points have them at 5th place overall in the Metropolitan Division. They are 14, 13, and 2 at Madison Square Garden. 179 goals scored on the season, 183 goals given up on the season. That's a goal differential of -4. Their most recent stretch of activity, 5 games will go back on the schedule. It was back on February the 8th. The last game before the Four Nations tournament break was a 4-3 victory at the Columbus Blue Jackets, but that break didn't seem to help the Rangers as they come out on the 22nd of February with an 8-2 loss at the Buffalo Sabres. On the 23rd, the next night was a 5-3 win at the Pittsburgh Penguins, and on the 25th of February, a 5-1 win at the New York Islanders, the same team that the Nashville Predators just wrapped up a game against. The most recent game played was on the 28th of February. It was a 3-2 loss versus Toronto. Shesterkin takes the loss in net, going 14 out of 17. When it comes to the NHL rankings and matchups inside this game, the goals for the Nashville Predators at 2.58 is 30th overall in the NHL. The goals for the New York Rangers at 3.02 is 14th in the league. The goals against category, the Predators are seeing this league ranking just drop dramatically. 3.34 goals against per game now is 28th, near the bottom of the league. 3.10 for the New York Rangers is at 21st. Not a great number, but better than it is for the Predators. Shots on goal, the Preds, this is their top 10 metric right here, 8th in the league with 29.6 shots on net per game. The Rangers, 29.3 shots on net per game, is 9th best in the league, just one spot behind the Nashville Predators. When it comes to shots against, the Rangers giving up 30.4 per game is 29th in the league, while the Predators giving up 29.5 against per game. That is 26th overall. When it comes to the special teams matchup, the Predators' power play, 20.2% conversion rate is 21st in the league. 34 power play conversions, 168 power play opportunities. The New York Rangers at 20.7% conversion is 20th overall in the league. 31 conversions on 150 power play opportunities. The penalty kill, 80.8% kill rate for the Preds is 11th. That's reasonable, but remember, the Predators had the number 1 overall penalty kill unit in the league for a significant chunk of the calendar last year. 34 power play goals against on the season for the Preds. 82.2% kill rate for the New York Rangers is 4th best in the league. They have given up 31 power play goals against on the season, but the offset here for the Rangers, they've also scored 10 shorthanded goals. That's 2nd best in the NHL, so 4th best penalty kill, which is also lethal with goals, 10 shorthanded on the season. Individual statistics for the scoring leaders. We'll go top 5 scorers, and we'll do the goaltending matchup. Then we'll move on to the next segment of this particular episode. For the Nashville Predators, updated statistics after the Islanders game. Philip Forsberg still at 22 goals, still at 32 assists, still at 54 points. Jonathan Marchessault also still at 18 goals and 27 assists for 45 points. With the Predators score 4 goals, you would expect those two to have some sort of movement in their statistics. The captain, Romaniosi, is out injured and will be week to week. 9 goals, 29 assists, 38 points. So the top 3 scorers of the Nashville Predators in this particular scenario do not add any points. 1 out injured, 2 ineffective. O'Reilly does have a bump in the numbers, 14 goals, 22 assists now, 36 overall points. And Steven Stamkos put him on a milk carton with his 33 points. Over on the New York Rangers side of things, Panarin leads the way at 23 goals, 36 assists for 59 total points. Fox has got 5 goals and 43 assists for 48 points. Mika Zibanejad's at 13 and 29 for 42. Trocheck, 17 goals, 21 assists, 38 points. Lafreniere, 14 goals, 18 assists for 32 points. And the New York Rangers just traded Jimmy Vesey to the Colorado Avalanche for Juuso Parssinen. For you Nashville Predators fans, you understand how much of the Nashville Predators DNA is involved in that particular trade for the New York Rangers. So no word of Parssinen will be in the lineup as soon as Sunday, but the Predators may be facing off against another former teammate. Regardless, if Vesey was still on the Rangers, they'd be facing off against another different former scenario. In net, Igor Shesterkin took the loss in his most recent game. His updated statistics, 20, 21, and 2 on the record, a 2.93 goals against, average of .904, save percentage with 3 shutouts. Noonan going to get the start on the second day of back-to-backs after UC Saros started out in Long Island. 7-4-0 for Noonan on the season, 3.12 goals against, average .899. Save percentage. Nashville Predators got to pull it together, turn it around quickly, head on into Midtown, and face off against the New York Rangers. Will they be swept on the quick 2-game road trip to New York State before heading off to Boston? We'll be covering it, that's for sure. Rebirth Sports full game recap, it's coming up next. We got to talk about the first game of this back-to-back. It was on the island. It was against the Islanders, and it's coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to March the 1st of the year 2025 when the Nashville Predators were in New York to face off against the Islanders. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his lines of defensemen in the following combination. And note, Gus Nyquist has been held out of this game due to a trade. Information not yet released. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Marchessault make up your first line. Novak, Stamkos, Evangelista, Lucchini making his Nashville Predators debut along with Svechkov and Sissons. Bellows, McCarron, and Smith are your fourth line. Shea and Blankenberg, Del Gaiso, and Shen, England, and Barron are your defensive pairings. And UC Saros gets the start in net. We're 28 seconds into this game. We find our first activity. It's UC Saros coming up with a save on Palmieri. It's the first shot on goal of the game, but UC Saros would make a lot of saves here in the first period. 104 now of the first period. UC Saros coming up with a save on Duclair, but at 2:37 of the first, it's J.G. Pageau breaking through for the New York Islanders with his 11th goal of the season. The Islanders take a 1-0 lead. The 4:03 mark of the first period. Saros with a save on D'Angelo at 6:10 of the first period. Saros with a save on Romanov at 9:28 of the first period. UC Saros comes with a save on Dobson, 10:03 of the first. Saros a save on Boquist. At the 11:35 mark of the first period, UC Saros comes up with a save on Dobson, 12:17. England off to the box, 2 minutes for cross-checking. First special teams scenario of the game goes to the New York Islanders in the power play, and Palmieri is cashing with his 19th goal of the season. The Islanders leading 2-0 before the Predators even show up in this game. 14:56 of the first period, Smith is off to the box. 2 minutes for slashing. The Predators would have a good, strong penalty kill right here. They would not give up a single shot on goal. And at 18:03 of the first, we find Ilya Sorokin making a appearance on this report, a save on Bellows. 19:31 of the first, Horvat, his 20th goal of the season, makes it 3-0, and quite possibly the worst period of the season for the Nashville Predators comes to its conclusion. The Islanders have a 3-goal lead and outshoot Nashville 19-3. The Predators simply look like they have no life to them. 1:03 of the second period now. Colton Sissons' 7th goal of the season does get the Nashville Predators on the board. The Islanders maintain a 3-1 lead. 2:14 of the second period. Cizikas is off the box, 2 minutes for hooking on Barron. Nelson picking up the shorthanded goal, his 18th of the season. That puts the Islanders ahead by 4-1. But soon after, 4:58 of the second period, Del Gaiso, his first career goal, goes into the net, and the Islanders now have a 4-2 lead. So the Predators on the board twice in the first 5 minutes of the second period. 7:33 of the second period, Cizikas off to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Sorokin comes up with a save on Marchessault, and then Sorokin comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg. At the 12:12 mark of the second period, Philip Forsberg is off to the box, 2 minutes for high-sticking UC Saros, comes up with a save on Horvat. Overall, a strong kill by by the Nashville Predators. The 15:23 mark at the second period. Saros comes up with a save on Cizikas at 16:21 of the second. Nelson's 19th goal of the season makes it 5-2. Saros was down and out. It was an easy finish for the New York Islanders on the wrist shot. It was challenged for goaltender interference, upheld. The goal stays on the board. That means the Predators get charged with a delay of game penalty. UC Saros has to come with a save on D'Angelo. The Predators are able to maintain, but the score is 5-2 now in favor of the New York Islanders. 18:30 of the second period. Saros comes up with a save on Horvat. 19:40 of the second period. Sorokin comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg. D-harassment from behind, not deemed enough to be called a penalty. And they hit the end of the second period. The Islanders out shooting the Nashville Predators 28-14. The Predators do get on the board twice in the second period, but are down 5-2 after 2. And at least they generate 11 shots on goal in the second period compared to their non-existent offensive performance in the first of only 3 shots on goal. Third period begins 27 seconds in. Sorokin comes with a save on O'Reilly's wraparound. 36 seconds in. Sorokin comes with a save on O'Reilly again. We hit the backside of the sheet. We're at 4:09 now. Sorokin's coming up with another save on O'Reilly. But at the 5:21 mark of the third period, Cizikas scores his 5th goal of the season. That is the 6th goal of the game for the New York Islanders. They lead 6-2 at 5:51 of the third. Smith with his 3rd goal of the season. It's a tip-in of Del Gaizo's long shot. It is a 6-3 hockey game now in favor of the New York Islanders at 8:14 of the third period. UC Saros comes up with a save on Engvall, 9:06 of the third. Saros a save on Duclair, 10:36 of the third. Saros a save on Holmstrom, 12:25 now of the third period. Sorokin comes up with a save on Del Gaizo, 16:54 of the third period. D'Angelo off the box, 2 minutes for hooking the Predators power play lifeless without a single shot on goal, but on the continuation of the power play at 18:56, 2 seconds after the power play expires, Cole Smith picks up his 4th goal of the season, 2nd goal of the period. Wrist shot from the left circle gives the Nashville Predators their 4th goal of the game, but they still find themselves down 6-4. And then an empty net goal makes it 7-4, credited to the goaltender Ilya Sorokin, of course, his first of the season. The empty netter is the last one of the game. 7-4 is the final. The New York Islanders just blow the Nashville Predators out of the rink from start to finish in this one. 37-27 is the total shots on goal at the end of the game. So the Predators generate 24 shots on goal over the final 2 periods. Again, the first period down by 3 goals, only 3 shots on goal, one of the worst periods of the entire season. I really don't know what to make of this game. Gus Nyquist trade details would be announced before the end of the television broadcast, and it would be a second-round draft pick from the Minnesota Wild coming back to the Nashville Predators. But this one is over. First of back-to-backs in New York. The Predators immediately taking the quick trip over to Midtown to face off against the Rangers at Madison Square Garden on Sunday. This one is in the books. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap, analysis, box score, and more coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Welcome back in. That was the Rebirth Sports full game recap. Let's do some analysis right here. UC Saros goes 30 out of 36 in this game, 16 of 19 in the first period. He was under siege the entire first period, the only Pred to take any type of performance on the ice. What more can he do but go out there and stand by himself and try to keep the Predators in it? Gave up 3 goals against in the first period and never had a prayer after that, so he was left defenseless yet again in another game by this Nashville Predators Predators team. 30 out of 36, he had to remain in there because it was the first game of back-to-backs. Nothing the Nashville Predators coaching staff can do but just hope for the best at the end, and the best at the end was not great. And the empty net goal was the 7th, and of course the other netminder on the other end, Sorokin, not only picks up the victory against the Nashville Predators, but then he also picks up and gets awarded a goal there at the end of the game. Let's talk about some of the skaters and some analysis from the box score here. Smith with 2 goals in this game, 3 shots on goal, also 2 block shots in his 14-24 of total time on ice. For Cole Smith, this is remarkable. 2 goals in 1 game. It's a great job by him. He was out there. He was working hard. He was trying to make a difference. And again, the Predators' fringe players are the ones that are still competing out there. It is the Predators' top and star players that are simply disappearing one by one. They seem to be peeling off and wilting. Some of them have even spoiled at this point in the season. So Smith gets the game with 2 goals. Top analysis here. Sissons also picks up a goal and an assist for 2 points, 2 block shots, 13-24 of total time on ice. Again, Colton Sissons, one of the bottom 6 players, making an impact, making a difference, and out there trying to help his Nashville Predators in this game. He got the first goal of the game for the Predators when the Predators looked like they had completely quit in the first period. Good on the Preds to rebound, come out in the second period, and Colton Sissons leading the way to come up with a goal right there. Del Gaizo picks up a goal. It's the first of his NHL career. Also adds an assist on one of Cole Smith's goals on the tip-in. Looked like Del Gaizo for just a second there might have had 2 goals in the game, but Del Gaizo, his first career goal. And Mark Del Gaizo is a defensive prospect that I've really enjoyed in his opportunities to come up here. I understand the roller coaster ride that it is to be a prospect in the NHL organization, up and down, but for Del Gaizo, I'd like to see him get the opportunity to remain the rest of the season for the Nashville Predators to see if he has a legitimate shot of making the team next season. Where the Predators defense core is right now, with Yossi out injured and with Luzon out injured and with, well, let's face it, seeming like everybody is out injured at this point in time, I'd like to see Del Gaizo get the opportunity to go ahead and play a lot more down the stretch of this season. Nick Blankenberg, let's give him some credit with the defense core. We just talked about having so many holes in it. He steps up, picks up an assist, but also skates 20-23 in total time on ice. That is a big high number for Blankenberg on the top pair with Brady Shea. Shea went 26-06 in this game. And O'Reilly, 1 assist, 4 shots on goal, 19-52 in total time on ice. And when you get the word that Nyquist has been removed from the lineup and that he is going to be traded, you have to start thinking this is the first indication that the Nashville Predators are going to be selling at the trade deadline. Is Ryan O'Reilly a player that would feast in a competitive situation? Look at what he did against the Winnipeg Jets just the other night. I'm sure the GM of the Nashville Predators and others around the league probably got a good look at that. They know the pedigree of Ryan O'Reilly. Now listen, I know the Nashville Predators have made some comments about Ryan O'Reilly as a part of the future plans. I know Ryan O'Reilly has expressed that he'd like to be part of the future plans, but there is no contract limitation set in stone to prevent the Predators from trading Ryan O'Reilly. At this point, it's basically a handshake agreement in professional sports. Well, I mean, those are tossed out every single day. So is Ryan O'Reilly the next veteran player that would really help a competing team in the playoffs? Is he the next to move on? And what else will the Nashville Predators be looking to do? Of course, we'll be continuing to track that. The news of Gus Nyquist just broke early this morning. Then the game came and went. We had the trade details before the end of the third period. A second-round draft pick coming back from Minnesota for Gus Nyquist. So the Predators clearly are looking to sell. We've got to talk about the box score. Let's get into the good, cold, hard numbers. They're coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business. And that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions.
Welcome back in. Time for the good, cold, hard numbers known as the box score. It was Cole Smith leading the way with 2 goals in this game. Colton Sissons also picks up a goal. Mark Delgado, his first career NHL goal. Your assist leaders for this game, Colton Sissons ends up with 2. Blankenberg ends up with 1. It is Delgado with 1. Ryan O'Reilly with 1. And Tommy Novak also with 1 assist in this game. When it comes to the shots on goal, 4 was the high for the Predators, March or so, but it was right next to that -4, so it looks really bad. O'Reilly was at 4 shots on goal. For Bellows at 3. Philip Forsberg had 3. It's the first time we've mentioned Forsberg in this broadcast, I think. Cole Smith had 3. Stamkos had 3. And Mark Delgado also had 3 shots on net. When it comes to the blocked shots category, 4 for Luke Shen. 2 was the next high by Colton Sissons and by Michael McCarron. And the Nashville Predators only 13 total blocked shots in this game. Nobody else with more than 1. Hits was actually even worse, only 10 for the game, 4 of them going to Luke Shen, so 6 dispersed throughout the rest of the entirety of the lineups, only a single digit on a couple of players' names, but that is awful. On the first day of back-to-back against the New York Islanders, a 7th-place team over in the Eastern Conference, to play this lackluster from the start and then to not be physical whatsoever, even when you're down for the entirety of the game. Just an awful, awful performance by this Nashville Predators team. Your time on ice leaders, 21-27 for Philip Forsberg, leads the forwards, 19:52 for Ryan O'Reilly, and 17:31 of ineffective ice time for Steven Stamkos. 26:06 for Brady Shea, leads the Nashville Predators overall, and time on ice 20:23 for Nick Blankenberg. When it comes to your power play time on ice leaders, it's 4:36 for Philip Forsberg, 4:31 for Jonathan Marchessault, 4:23 for Steven Stamkos, and 4:03 for Ryan O'Reilly, 4:22 for Shea without O'Reilly in the lineup. 4 forwards, 1 defenseman primarily throughout the Nashville Predators power play opportunities, and they were 0 for 3 in this game. The penalty kill was 3 for 4, so they did give up 1 against, but your penalty kill time on ice leaders are as follows. Michael McCarron at 3:36, and then it was Colton Sissons at 2:22, Cole Smith at 1:56, and Ryan O'Reilly at 1:53. 4:11 shorthanded time on ice for Nick Blankenberg, and 4:15 for Brady Shea. Your netminder in this game, UC Saros, 30 out of 36, 6 goals against, an in-game save percentage of .833, 25 even strength saves, 4 power play saves, 1 short-handed save, and there was nothing he could do about this one. The Predators wiped off the ice from start to finish in this one, losing 7-4, giving up a goalie goal in this one. Just bad all the way around. The first day of a back-to-back in good old New York. Power play, 0 for 3, penalty kill, 3 for 4, face-off winning percentage, 43.1, only 10 hits and 13 blocked shots, 4 takeaways, 10 giveaways. The Predators basically were non-existent for the majority of this hockey game. Yes, they did score 4 goals, but they were consistently behind by a large number from early in the game until the end of the game when they did lose by 3, 7-4. That's going to do it for the Nashville Predators coverage on this one. We talked about the Nashville Predators being sellers, and we talked about the Nashville Predators having another game coming up tomorrow in Madison Square Garden against the New York Rangers. For the Nashville Predators, now that they have started to sell, they have started to bring players up from the minor league. At least we're starting to get some indication of what the future of this season may hold. And next season, who knows what the Preds are going to do. Before we head on out of here, I do want to take you to one more thing, and we're going to use this as the close for this episode. It is the Red River Spartans hosting the Cincinnati Cyclones Game 1 USPHL playoffs, round 1 in the Great Lakes bracket. The Red River Spartans and the Cincinnati Cyclones have had a good 2-year rivalry. The Cyclones come to Clarksville, Tennessee for Game 1 of a 3-game series. I'm on the headset, and it's an honor to do so. We'll take you right there, and we'll close this episode out with those highlights. Stick taps, love, and respect, Renegades. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. Here are the Spartans.
Holy
And welcome in, everybody. Pre-game festivities have come to their conclusion, which means it is now time for Game 1 of Round 1 of the USPHL Premier Division playoffs. In the Great Lakes Division tonight, we have the Red River Spartans hosting the Cincinnati Cyclones. Game 1 in a best-of-3. Scoring leader on the season, Braden Gonzalez, 77 points, finished 17th in the USPHL. In Premier, looking to set some playoff records as well as the puck drops here at Ford Ice Center in Clarksville, Tennessee for Game 1, Round 1. It's time for the playoffs. Comes out from below the goal line, cannot get that one to go. Davis steps into it, forcing Young to make a big save with the toe. Tough save right there for Andrew Young. Over on the wall, a collision. As there's another shot by Cincinnati, ends up going high over the crossbar. Basila has it now, stepping in. He's got room and a screen. Andrew Young has to hold on to that one. Battling along the wall, trying to keep it in. Davis out 2-on-1 for Cincinnati. Big toe save by Andrew Young right there. Another huge save for Young in this first period. The Cincinnati Cyclones getting the better of the offensive opportunity so far, and that finds itself. It was thrown towards the net. It was in Andrew Young's gear, and now I can see where the puck is. It was outside the goal line in the blue paint. Cincinnati pointing towards the net as if they had scored. Spartans looking to keep it in. Big hit right there. The Cincinnati Cyclones bench does not like what they're seeing, and the referee's arm is going up. Spartans now looking for the break. Wharton loses the puck in the neutral zone, but Ponta was already seeing it happening. Doubled back, gets possession, dumps it in deep, dumps it off of the tuchus of the referee Burns. Puck was still lost in the referee's skates right there. Ponta steps in, keeps it at the blue line, backhander. Spartans looking for the redirect from Sikowski. On top of the blue paint, could not get it to go, but Ponta is going to keep it in. Ponta moves towards the middle of the zone, looking for the shot, takes the shot. It's going to be held on by Juan. Davis is going to take one of the Spartans down, and we're going to have players come together for a board meeting. Cincinnati dumps it to the red line, gets the chip. They'll need to get a change. Lehman off to the bench, Yo off to the bench, while the Spartans collect the puck in their own defensive end and look to set up a breakout. Suss off the wall, moves the puck forward. Spartans now moving through the neutral zone. They'll get the dump. Cincinnati going to get there first, though. Nuanez is going to try to play it down the wall, but he is taken down. And we're going to get the referee's arm up right here, and we're going to get a penalty call with 10:14 to go in the second period. Suss takes his man hard into the wall. Kellett moves the puck to Sikowski. Sikowski moves it over to Cervenak. Cervenak decides to skate over the blue line, looking for a shot. His shot is blocked. Cincinnati comes away with it clean. Throws the puck over into the Spartans bench in the middle of a line change, and the referee's arm is going to come up. C.J. Davidson's got a one-on-one shorthanded scenario, tries to play the puck through the defender's skates to himself, gets pushed from behind by the defender, a small collision with the goaltender. Brief discussion between the players, and then they will separate. 35 to go on the power play as Peterson meets his man on the half wall, tries to reverse the play, and then takes his other man out with a shoulder. Cincinnati turns it over, gets the puck to the slot, and put the puck in. That's a power play goal on their 20th shot of the game. Cyclones take a 1-0 lead. Low-high play below the goal line. Out to the slot area, and it's Lehman off to the bench first for glove taps. Basila just inside the blue line, takes another step, fires from the circle. Young gloves it down with plenty of traffic in front. Anthony Ponta goes in to clear out his netminder's blue paint. Final seconds of the power play for the Spartans expire. Back to 5-on-5 hockey, but the Spartans maintain possession on the continuation, and there's a 2-on-2 battle breaking out along the half wall. This particular puck battle, though, does bring a whistle.
Now he gets harassed, but gets the puck over the blue line. Davidson with an opportunity. He's on his backhand, goes towards the net. Waugh does a good job of collecting it. The teams battle over the puck. And Waugh is on top of it. Multiple bodies going down. Waugh is able to reach out, pull the puck in, and hang on to it. 10:30 to go here in regulation. Spartans come away with the possession. Kolomiets has it, sends it towards the net. It ends up going behind the cage. Kolomiets gets it again, sends it out to the blue line. Spartans keep it in. Kolomiets, Davidson, and Martino looking to set up the cycle right here and get the Spartans on the board. Kolomiets had the puck but could not spin quickly enough to get the shot. Davidson loses possession. Ingersoll leads the rush over the blue line, but Cincinnati takes the puck away. Cohen Peterson there, though, to help secure possession for the Spartans. They dump it in deep, try to use the extra attacker to go to work. Wharton uses the body, frees the puck. Martino fires on net. Not sure if it was accurate or not, but it does not end up in the net. Another shot towards the net is towards the outside. Cohen Peterson and Wharton help keep possession for the puck. CJ Davidson throws it towards the net. Martino just misses. Spartans win the faceoff. Martino fires it on the net. Spartans get to it. They'll get one more shot at it, fired towards the net, and it goes behind the net, and the Cincinnati Cyclones come away with the shocking upset victory, 1-0 here at Ford Ice Center. That's going to do it for game one of this three-game series in the first round of the Great Lakes bracket of the USPHL Premier Division playoffs. 1-0, Cyclones come away with the victory. Game two tomorrow.